So I, I make these videos because they're cathartic for me. Okay, it's not like I think they make a difference. I don't. I don't think they make a difference. But I said in an earlier video, I would love to be a patriot. I love America. I love America. Not this America, but the America before Trump. I would give my life, my fortune, and my sacred honor for that America, absolutely. Um, I love this country, and I'm a Republican, okay? But and I said this if you saw an earlier video I made, which is not likely, but in case you happen to run across it, I've already said this. But I became a Republican in my sophomore year of high school, so I did that because I'm a upper middle class WASP, and I was in prep school at the time, and so I thought, it should all be based on merit. So I mean, here I am, an upper middle class WASP in a prep school, saying, hands off as much as possible appeals to me. So, and it did. But I've been a Republican, really. Um, I'm an ever Trumper, as I'm about to discuss. But um, anyway, I was watching MS Now. I was watching Nicole Wallace's show, and they're talking about the September 2nd uh, blowing up of the vessel that the United States did on September 2nd. And there seemed to be two survivors. um, if you listen to Congressman Tom Cotton, those two survivors were going to, be a real threat to the United States Navy, and so they had to be killed. I mean, that's Tom Cotton's view. I mean, I don't mean to do him any uh, injustice. That's how I understood his comments. So that's my personal interpretation of what he said. Okay, I don't want to be. Um, I was thinking of blasphemous, which I guess, if you're a MAGA person, if you say something negative about Trump, that's blasphemy. I mean, it's a religion. It's not, of course, but it's a cult, I think. I'm certainly not the only person who's referred to it as a cult. But what is so amazing to me is that um, there are 273 individuals, Republicans, um, in Congress. There are 220 representatives and 53 senators who are Republicans. And so that's 273 people. I mean, they're at least average intelligence, right? I mean, they're in these incredibly responsible positions. And uh, every one of those 273 adult people took an oath to the Constitution of the United States, and all 273 of them are watching Trump do all these impeachable things, and it's fine with them. It's fine with them. I mean, what the hell? I mean, I've been a Republican my whole life. I mean, that's how I have always viewed myself. I would change in a lot of ways. I mean, in some ways, I'm like much more conservative than I was. I'm old, so that happens to old people. You get conservative. But for me, conservative is about conserving power to the citizens, as much power as possible to each citizen. That's really the idea. I'm watching, I think I mentioned this again, presumptive of me to think maybe you saw the earlier video I made, but I was watching Ken Burns' American Revolution, and I've been, as I say, I've been a Republican since my sophomore year of high school, and I'm 81 now, so that's a long time. Okay, um, and for me, it was all about optimizing individual freedom. And don't get me wrong, I get that my freedom to throw my fist is what I was taught in political science, ends at the tip of your nose, right? I can't do you harm because you're a citizen. You can't do me harm, and I can't do you harm, right? Citizens can't hurt each other. That's not legal, right? So, anyway, it used to be not legal. It's not really clear what's legal anymore because the laws don't seem to have to be followed if you're Trump or a billionaire friend of Trump's. You can do amazing things. You can get, I believe the evidence was 400,000 tons of something, or cocaine or something like that, and you get pardoned. It's okay. Anyway, what drove me to make this video was just thinking about the fact that we have 273 Republicans in Congress, each of whom took an oath to protect and honor and follow the Constitution of the United States. I mean, 273 people. A couple of them have to think about what the Constitution means or meant, right? I mean, at least a couple people have to be thinking about what's going on in this country and whether or not that's really what the founders intended. I mean, I think if you're, I think a rational adult American citizen you should have an idea, in my mind at least, that the United States was far from a perfect country, no question about it, right? I know that, and a lot of it worked in my favor. I'm a WASP, so I got the benefit of all those biases that we've had for, generations. Anyway, these people are intelligent people who took an oath to the Constitution, and 273 of them, right? Most of them college graduates. A lot of them have been in the United States military. I mean, to me, serving in the military is an incredibly honorable thing to do. It's self-sacrificial, and it's, putting your life on the line for the country. I mean, I know Trump made fun of McCain. I mean, Trump, to be fair, lost me before that. He lost me when I grew up in Queens, and Trump to me was a clown. I mean, I heard him on the radio. He would call in a talk radio station and pretend to be somebody else, give a fake name and from a fake place, and then say, "Hey, have you heard about this? What Trump is doing?" I mean, he was a shallow egotist. When I was growing up, and publicly. So, I mean, I've always been a never Trumper, no doubt about it. But I've been a Republican my whole life, and I sort of associate with Republicans. I would modify what I think the foundational philosophy of conservatism should be, defining conservative as conserving as much power to the citizen, each citizen, as possible. I mean, that to me, that's what conservatism should mean. Okay, just a personal thing, but that's how I view it. And 273 thinking, educated people in extremely responsible positions are perfectly okay with the September 2nd destruction of 2 survivors in America. I mean, this is America. It's not the America I grew up in. It's not. It's just not. And that's not the only example, right? I mean, I think not executing the funds that Congress appropriated and passed programs to spend. I think if you don't carry out what Congress legislates, God, that's got to be impeachable. I mean, that structure of the government is based on that idea that Congress has the power, makes the laws, and the executive branch executes them. I mean, that's impeachable in my mind, okay, by definition, okay? I think there are masked kidnappers paid by the federal government that take people off the street based on some, I don't know, visual assessment, and they cart them away. And in some cases, put them in prisons in foreign countries. And in America, 273 Congress people think that's fine. I mean, how many Republicans would it take to stop this horribleness? 5? There's 53 senators, right? So if you got 4 senators to go over to the Democrats and say, you know something, maybe this time we should impeach the guy. And Mitch McConnell, you should lead that party because you're the one who put us in this mess, okay? Because you refused, based only on partisanship, to find Trump guilty twice of things he obviously did that were impeachable. That's on you, pal. Oh, and you did that. So get us out of it, Mitch McConnell, all right? Come on. How many of these people would it take to stop it? Not many. All the Democrats will be with you, so it's not going to take many. How can my Republican brethren think this is okay? How can that be okay? How can that be what you stand for? It can't be what Republicans stand for. It can't be. It's certainly not what my Republican Party stands for, okay? I mean, I don't get it, but I don't get the whole MAGA thing. Like, to me, we have things, the world is a little backward, like wanting to give gay and minorities and anybody who you know is not a WASP like me, you know, some sort of help. What's wrong with that? You know, what's wrong with that? I think that I think the role of government should be to put as much power as possible in the hands of each citizen. I think that's what the role of the Republican Party should be, okay? And I think what you're doing is so opposite what I thought the core of Republicanism was. Like, globalization, that's a Republican idea. Come on. Optimizing the world's markets, that doesn't fit with Republicanism? Where the hell are you? What is this stuff? Why did you turn America First upside down? America was first in globalization. We ran the whole thing and we benefited tremendously. I mean, it was, God knows, I personally experienced it. It was a wonderful situation. I mean, any successful service or product, they wanted to get into the United States and compete. And it was been wonderful for us. So anyway, screwing that up, I mean, I've said this before. So there was a book published in 1817, that's how long ago, by a political economist named David Ricardo. And it was called, I think, The Political Economy of Trade and Taxation. And in that book, he demonstrated that every participant in international trade benefits, okay? Trump believes, I've heard him say it several times myself, that if you have a deficit, trade deficit with another country, that country's ripping you off. He believes that. He believes that. I mean, obviously, what it means is we're buying more stuff from them than we're selling to them. You know why? Because we're rich and they're poor. So they can't buy a lot of our shit and we can buy all of their shit. So, we have a trade deficit with them. I read a piece in the Times, I think it was in the Times by Ezra Klein, and I may not be doing this justice at all. And if not, I apologize. Not that anybody will ever see this, but um, the story, as I understood it, was that somebody asked a Nobel Prize winning economist, I think it might have been Solow, um, how bad is a trade deficit, Mr. Nobel Prize winning economist? And his response was something like, and I don't really know exactly what the question was, so I could have screwed that up. But anyway, his response was something like this: I have a permanent trade deficit with my barber. I get my hair cut every single week, and he has never once bought economics from me. I mean, I thought that was great. So, the tariff thing is ridiculous. To me, it's a demonstration of how horrible Trump's judgment is. I mean, but I mean, how can 273 mostly educated, intelligent people who take an oath to uphold the Constitution think that what's going on is okay? How can that be? I, 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 I just don't understand it. I do. I wish I didn't. It's 100% selfishness. It is, if I speak out against Trump, he's going to have me primaried and I'm going to not be in this office. And if I'm not here, somebody who's not going to do as good a job as me is going to be here. And so the whole thing in the world for me is staying here. So I'm not saying anything. And yes, by the way, secretly, yes, I think he's vulgar and crash and egotistical and does not have a good handle on the context of America's position in the global history at the moment. Where should we be in the 21st century? Trump has it backwards. I mean, you know, I have said in a previous video, there are at least 5 reasons, each of which are impeachable, that this president should be impeached. So I'm standing up and saying that, hopefully as a patriot, okay? Not that any of you will ever know. All right, goodbye.